well, and we are preparing for what possibly might be the second to last run of the German Grand Prix in the IRC Super League. As unfortunately the German Grand Prix has been dropped off the calendar, hasn't it, from this season onwards. So yeah, from 2020 onwards in Formula 1, we might not be coming back to the German Grand Prix, but at the moment it's definitely in our thoughts now. We are definitely going to be racing around here tonight, and hopefully in the next season, season 7 as well. So yeah, we still got plenty of action to go on this incredible Hockenheim circuit. You can see then it's well, if any of you older generation of fans will remember the older style track, wasn't it? It was a lot longer than that, wasn't it? It used to be 45 laps around here. It was the second longest track on the calendar. Now, well, since 2002 onwards, this is the new layout of the Hockenheim circuit. 17 turns around here with a 2.8 miles in length, or 4.5 kilometers, depending on your preference of measuring your units and stuff. As we're now taking down into the start of the German Grand Prix then, of course. But before we do so, we've got to do qualifying, haven't we? As I'll quickly do the usual sharing of the stream and everything. Of course, I had some difficulties last night, didn't I, trying to get myself sorted, which hopefully I won't do tonight. So let's just have a quick rundown of the Hockenheim. The history of Hockenheim has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it? I think it's one of the best races on the calendar, especially as well. 2019 was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? Best race of the season, in my opinion. It was incredible, wasn't it? Of course, Max Verstappen to come through to win that. You can see that the drag strip there, which you can just see on the screen now, because that was absolutely saturated, wasn't it? It was drivers going off left, right, and centre, wasn't it? Weren't they? As really find it difficult to keep on the straight and narrow. So yeah, I wonder if we're going to get any rain here tonight. That's one thing that I'm definitely looking forward to. It's going to be great to see if we do get rain. We love a bit of rain, don't we? Of course, then every time you mention rain, though, you cannot forget that incredible Belgian Grand Prix, can you? Earlier on, the Elite League, it was absolutely fantastic. So I keep saying, the best race I have ever witnessed on a Formula 1. It was on the Formula 1 2019. It was brilliant stuff, and oh dear, the session no longer exists. So unfortunately, we've now got me waffling on. So I've got another invite, and we'll be getting to go very soon. Then Jonathan Cox just said, he just said, as I've lost the Jonathan Cox said, good evening, Sean. Good luck to all drivers tonight. I echo that entirely. I'm really looking forward to this one. Of course, Jonathan Cox in practice has been doing 112s, hasn't he? Very, very quick driver, Jonathan Cox is at the moment, isn't he? He's the man on form as well, isn't he? Well, up until Britain, where Matt stole it to the death, didn't he? And he took pole position. Jonathan Cox was going for his 5th pole position of the season, and his 4th in a row. He's been unstoppable in Belgium, France, and Austria, and then Matt, of course, finished off that domination for the moment anyway. But in the race, Jonathan Cox there kept his head and won the race nice in a good, in fine fashion as well. But you can see then, of course, looking at the form guide of the last 4 races for Jonathan, he has had a win in Britain, win in France, but then between those, Austria and Belgium, he has 2 DNFs really. So yeah, can he? If at the moment, if it's a pattern, he might have a DNF today. I'm hoping he doesn't, because he needs to really home in on Not That Bad, who is not here again this week, as he's enjoying himself, isn't he, out and about. But so then let's just take a quick look at the Drivers' Championship, shall we? Not That Bad is still on 209 points. Whatever happens in these 3 races as he's not here, Jonathan, who's the closest one, will not be able to overtake Not That Bad. However, he will definitely get within the striking range, won't he, of him? And this will definitely cause all sorts of mind games and mischief. Definitely, as pressure is a funny old thing, so that could really I'm just making sure I'm in spectator mode. I am indeed. Yeah, that pressure is a funny old thing, and it could really ramp up the championship later on. Jonathan is 86 points back at the moment, then, so he's hoping for a full score again. Remember, fastest lap and the 25 points is what he should be aiming for tonight. Matt is in 3rd position at the moment on 99 on 110 points, 99 behind the Not That Bad. Adsdog in 4th position on 100 points. Arya racing fifth. He's on a strong couple of races as well. Dave in sixth position since Monaco. He's been a new driver, hasn't he? Difficult race last time out, I think, for Dave, unfortunately. But he's hoping to get himself back up to where he needs to be as well in sixth position. Roscoe moved himself up to seventh position. Timmy dropped down to eighth. Physico in ninth, and 10th position is Harry at the moment on 40 points. The other big mover, of course, the debutant last time out was Woody, who had moved up his debutant as well. He got 6 points as well. Good stuff for Woody, and of course JJ also getting his first points of his career as well. So good, well done to the Haas driver. So yeah, that's been excellent stuff. Of course, last time out on Silverstone. So that's the drivers championship done and dusted then. So I've done all the formalities. So now let's get on with the race then. I get rid of all the notifications that's going on. Excellent stuff. So yeah, we're just about to get ready for the Hockenheim circuit. Let's just have a quick look at the history. Quick gossip about the history, shall we? I must admit, this used to be one of my favourite tracks. I always used to look forward to this one, especially when it was the old configuration. Of course, there's one man who absolutely loved the old configuration. That was Gerhard Berger, wasn't it? Of course, he won his last Grand Prix in Hockenheim, didn't he, in '97? It was an absolutely incredible drive as well from Berger. Remember, he was returning after a very difficult spell in his career. He missed the last 3 races, I think it was sinus, wasn't it, or something like that. But then, unfortunately, also personal tragedy as well for Gerhard. But he came back and absolutely smashed away, didn't he? In that Benetton, he was flying out there. Of course, when Gerhard Berger comes here, he seems to just absolutely fly around it. Of course, '94 he won as well in Ferrari, and he should have won in '96, really, shouldn't he? He had an engine failure with not too far to go as well. So yeah, it's as I said last night, actually, in the Elite League, it's like Massa in Turkey, isn't it? You just as soon as those guys get here, it's just like a lucky circuit for those drivers, isn't it? See, there's the drag strip there as well. Of course, and we had Hulkenberg, we've had Hamilton in there, we had Leclerc in there as well. All sorts was happening on that day, wasn't it? You see, we've got a debutant here tonight. We'll have a look at him in just a few moments as we get loaded into Hockenheim. You can see that's the view from the Mercedes grandstand, and unfortunately last night that was also the view from where the fans seen Jamie having losing his front wing there. Another epic race in the Elite League. It should be called the Epic League, shouldn't it? Really, it's been incredible so far in that league. It's really good this season too. It's just to and fro, isn't it? It's been absolutely fantastic, and I think we know why Vanquish is called Vanquish, isn't it? He has been known for vanquishing his opposition, but now he seems that he can't get vanquished either, can he? He's still top, isn't he? Even with a difficult couple of races, he is still there. It's incredible, isn't it? He was saying about it was more about luck than anything else, but sometimes in this game you'd rather be lucky than good. So so I think that definitely Vanquish is doing an outstanding job. I think this is the first time last season Vanquish had such a commanding lead in the championship, but this season he's under a lot of pressure. So I think it just shows how much of an all-rounder he is, doesn't it? Really, someone who's under pressure, and it's easy when you're out in front by a long way. But he's under pressure this season. He is. I think that he's. I'm not sure if he's struggling, if it's just a bit bad luck or what. But he just seems to be always. He seems to always end up like. He's in the lead of the championship, so it's just incredible, isn't it? We've got Timmy then, who's the first man out, and we've got beautiful sunshine at the moment. Now, it's not what we had in qualifying. Well, we had a bit of sunshine in qualifying towards the end of towards the end of Q3 and in Q1, but Q2 was absolutely bucketing it down out there, didn't it? And Jonathan Cox, of course, our weatherman, our Ted Cracks in the pit lane, has just said it's a dry Q, quali and race then. So it seems like only elite guys have the wet weather. I'm not sure if that's going to disappoint anyone or not, but to be honest, from my point of view, I like to see I do like to see a dry race, because it's really competitive in the dry, isn't it? Well, it's competitive in the wet as well. Yeah, I think it's good. Absolutely cracking the scene, and of course we're on board then with Timmy. Then he's the first man to He's the first man then out on track, so he was the first man to set time. We got 17 drivers in this session, so we are aiming to lose 2 drivers. I don't think there's any parish notices I got to hand out or anything like that. I think we are all clean to go. Oh, Harry's not. Harry isn't. I think it's Harry. Has Harry got? I think has he got a qualified back? Harry, I can't remember to be honest. Yeah, I should really read. What's going on, really, shouldn't I? JJ there is stuck behind then, so Harry is out of qualifying. I'm not sure if that's because of he's got a qualifying ban or what. I'm hoping someone will probably put me right in a minute. So yep, that's yep. You should really read your you should really read the pre-note, shouldn't I really? Energy down then, so we're losing 1 driver then in this session then. So Harry is already out of the session. Yellow flagging free on one, and here comes energy down. He has got DRS on. Wonder if he is already cut the corner. Of course, around here, a bit of lag going on there. It looks like a Matrix error, isn't it? A bit of really dodging the bullet there. Energy down at the moment. He's coming down the back straight at the moment. Back on board of it is Matt is in AI at the moment, so he's just having a fair cruise. And yellow flag in 1. What's going on in 1? We got a yellow flag in 3 as well. There's all sorts going on there at the moment. And Matt getting in the way of Timmy. Now Timmy was on his quick lap. Matt was on his out lap there, so that's not a that's not a good start, is it? Oh, sorry, there's Timmy then coming out of the Mercedes grandstand. Is he coming up to the stadium section now? We've got Energy Dan just in front of us there. There is Energy Dan. Here is Timmy. And in the background, I think, is when the Haas is, I'm sure that's JJ. JJ, of course, on momentum now. He has scored. He has scored his first points of his career in IRC. So he is really, can he bounce on from that now? Flagging free. Timmy goes, Angie Dow goes fast on the 14-1. Timmy goes fastest on a 13-0. 14-0 there for JJ. And we have also got, is that Angie down there parking off there and doing a good job actually. Nicely done there. Making his debut today is actually KCU. And Energy down also off the track there as well. He's just trying to get out of the way there. KCUF, or we're just going to call him KC, is making his debut today instead of 13-4 at the moment there for the Haas driver. So nicely done there. RE Races in the stadium section now, but Hogg comes across the line and he is invaded. His time is going to have to go again. This track is very, very brutal on the track limits out there, so you've got to be careful, especially 1 and 2. It's like threading for the eye of the needle, isn't it? RE Racing trying to thread through the last corner. DRS enabled now, and he's done a 12.1 there for RE Racing at the moment. He is on good form as well, isn't he? And he runs wide there. Of course, that would be a disallowed lap that doubles out on track at the moment. Matt is on a lap at the moment. Dave is chilling in the pits. Jonathan Cox out there as well, probably the favourite for pole position. He is the king of pole positions at the moment, isn't he? Asdog, I think, is the next man on 3 pole positions with Jonathan Cox on 4. And now Matt in the same section now then. Car 18, we're on board then with Matt then. Of course, that's where you got to mention then, it was Harry's birthday yesterday, so I hope Harry had a cracking birthday. And of course also Matt's son as well, also called Harry, had his birthday as well. So I hope both of them had a cracking day yesterday. And to honest, I think Harry's going to have a difficult day today, as he'll be starting from the back of the grid. What about Matt? He is at the moment, he is in 5th position then. At the moment he is 3rd in the championship, but Asdog is now starting to breathe down his neck, isn't he? And the battle for 3rd is really heated up, isn't it? Physico has just got into 8th position. He's on the hard tire at the moment. Physico is. Hogton has another attempt. He's on a 14.6 there, so he is 9th at the moment. He is just trying to get a banker in, I think. What about double going into the final corner now? And what the accelerator way there? 3 DRS zones around here. Double as invalid. It's time to have to go again. Jonathan is on a lap as well. So let's go on board with double, shall we? In the Williams then, the Rocket Williams then. He's coming up into turn 2 then. His teammate is in 4th position at the moment. He's on the medium tire there, Steve. It's good job. So yeah, on board double then, as you can see there now, coming up to the 2nd of the DRS zones. There's 3 around this Hockenheim circuit, isn't there? How can they get 3 on this 2.8 mile circuit? Wow, they're all squashed together, isn't it? There's some epic action down here last night. There's always some epic action down here. Montoya and Raikkonen in 2002. That year, I can't really remember much about the epic action that year, because that year was dominated by Schumacher, wasn't it? Setting a lot of records in 2002, but this race here is really It was really good to see Montoya and Raikkonen clash. Another record-breaking year for Schumacher, actually 2004, where Button and Alonso, the two young protagonists, is that how you say it? I don't know. They were absolutely, before they were champions, they were battling tooth and nail, wasn't they? That was race. I always remember that race because that was a race where Button was getting strangled by his helmet strap, I believe. As a double comes around the final corner then, and what does he do then? DRS and able to try to deploy up there. He goes 8 fast at the moment. Double he is a very quick driver. Jonathan Cox is back in the pit, so he's not happy with that. Snapburn, here he is. Snapburn, car 80 and in the Renault coming through the final double right hand. Now you can see playing with the throttle then. Now he stamps on the throttle. DRS right away. Snap goes second fastest. Good time there from Snap. Wow, incredible time from Snap then. Oh, getting very dark. Remember, turn 1 can spit you onto the inside curb there, and that would be the end of your day. Hopefully that's hopefully I go to end anyone's session early. On board then with PB at the moment. Yellow flag in 2. PB missing the apex there, going very deep there. Of course, he's standing for the for Not That Bad again. Of course, it's Not That Bad. He's still enjoying himself. This is the second of 3 races where he's not available. So it's a chance for one of these guys to really step up. And at the moment, John Cox did step up in Silverstone, didn't he? Well, Matt stepped up as well. Of course, Matt got his second pole position, I believe, for the season. Yes, it was. It was a cracking pole position, wasn't it? It was great lap. PB then, as you can see, coming into the Mercedes grandstand at the moment. So far as it stands then, we've got 11 cars that have actually set a time. Harry has not set a time. PB then in 13th, who hasn't set a time. Noah's Asdol, but he's out on track at the moment. Jonathan Cox has teased Dusty, is now back out again, and both Red Bulls then are just playing the waiting game and are in the pits at the moment. Says the Red Bulls are really, I wonder if they're strapped for cash. They don't really like to use their tyres up pretty much, do they? I think they must be paying quite a bit for them. PB then comes across the line then. Let's see what he does. He does a 14 at the moment, and he's still in violation time again. He's got to go again, PB. So he flies through. That's a very cautious turn 1 there, isn't it? So I wonder if that's where the difficulties are coming in. So we've got under 10 minutes to go. Snap is retired from the session. So look at that. Timmy and Snap have got exactly the same time by 3 decimal places at 13.032. Snap is in front of Timmy because he set the time first. If anyone remembers Heref 97, when we had 3 identical times for the 3 decimal places by Villeneuve, Schumacher and Frentzen. You could have righted. That was an incredible qualifying session, wasn't it? An absolutely cracking showdown as well. Of course, the last time the F1 have ever raced at Heref, wasn't it? It was in 97. It was a cracking season as well. I loved 97. The cars looked very fast, very mean, didn't they? And of course, that was the last year they ran slick tyres until 2009, which is a lovely fact for everyone if anyone's interested. I doubt anyone is, but I like to share that with you. Into the final couple of corners, and in turn 16 and in 17, you can see that there he goes. And what about PB? Then can he get set time? Now go very wide again there, and he sets a time, and look how close he is. 300 seconds between himself and Hogg at the moment. Asdog is on the time at the moment. Jonathan Cook's on the side right now. So we got the 2 men who have absolutely shown the way in qualifying this season. Asdog on 3 pole positions, Jonathan Cox on 4. So who is going to get pole position? Remember, Matt's on 2 as well, and we have 1 apiece for Timmy, and Not That Bad into the Sachs curve there. Of course, that's not a very happy corner for Vettel, is it? Back in 2018. Yeah, it was 2018. I had a real bad feeling, and it wasn't, but it was 2018. Oh, and Aston, they're getting very squirmy there. He's second fastest moment, Aston is. I wonder if there's more time to come out of that to Alfa Romeo. Jonathan Cox there, double right-hander in the final turn now. DRS wide open, and where does he go? He does an 11.7 there for Jonathan Cox there. He's very quick, isn't he, at the moment? And he's got a 4/10 deficit over the second place man, Are You Racing? Who is, I think that was his teammate Hogg coming out of the pits at the moment. PB there is 2 seconds down then. Hogg is on track. Matt is on track as well. He's 5/10 of a second up. Matt is in the Toro Rosso. Yellow flag in 2 and 3. I'm wondering if there's just someone getting out of the way then. So, of course, the bars are quite close on the final sector. And also the first sector as well. I'm surprised we didn't get a safety car last night. There was an almighty smash in turn 1, wasn't there? And there was a car on the pit exit there. But I think Burt Mylander must have had his feet up or was enjoying a cup of tea, because obviously he wasn't really interested in that at all, was he? Matt is more interested in this time now, and he's doing a good job. That's 4th fastest for Matt. He's a second quicker, and he is at 1.2 seconds beyond Jonathan Cox at the moment. Trying to decide, Jonathan Cox is definitely a quick driver, isn't it? I think the Elite League might be calling for Jonathan this season. I figured, as far as I'm aware, I think not that bad. And Jonathan Cox, of course, there's 2 men there I think are getting promoted, I believe. Dave is out on track at the moment then. He is just about to set, he is just getting his car prepped and ready to go then. We've got 6 minutes to go then of this session. And it's just over 6 minutes to go then. At the moment, the drop zone is Dave and Roscoe. They haven't set a time yet, so they're going to now, and Dave is getting his car prepped. Of course, the Monaco Grand Prix winner. An incredible race, wasn't it? It was 1982 all over again, wasn't it? No one seemed to want to win. If you remember 82, I doubt anyone does really. But we had a Prost that was leading. Then of course, then I think it was a couple hours before the end. It started to rain. Prost binned it. Hit the arm coat quite heavily, didn't he? Out of the seafront chicane. Then Riccardo Patrese lost it at the lowest hairpin. Then we had. I think it was Peroni, wasn't it, who ran out of fuel, I think. Well, there was a problem with the Ferrari, wasn't it? But he slowed down the tunnel. And then we had De Chicheris as well, who, of course, is famous for a lot of things. But he potentially could have led the race, didn't he? But his car broke down the top of the hill as well. So yeah, it was. I think Patrese actually come through to win. Energy Dan's left the session. He was showing a connection earlier on from what I was gathering in the chat, so hopefully Energy Dan come back in as well. Of course, Energy Dan at the moment this season, and he's had 9 start. This will be his 10th start. He's had 60 NFs so far. Energy Dan has, but when he's been on track in Canada, he was absolutely fantastic, wasn't he? He flew through Montreal. He was absolutely flying in that Ferrari. So yeah, when he's on track, Energy Dan is really a force to be reckoned with. And Dave goes 9th fast at the moment in the Red Bull. So there's and Dave hits the wall. He is out. He is out qualifying. And he clipped the inside. He clipped the inside curb there. And that is Dave out of qualifying. That is a major blow for Dave. And that will be. He will start, I think, 15th or maybe even 16th then. Well, probably 16th. Dave is out qualifying. Oh no. And that's Turn 1's first victim then in the qualifying session. What a shame there for Dave. And that is a big blow, isn't it, for Dave in this German Grand Prix. Luckily in this German Grand Prix, we seen Hilserath last night. Flew from the back of the field, didn't we? Well, 16th on the grid Hilserath was. He finished second. He potentially could have won the race. He was 1.4 seconds away from our eventual winner last night, Deneen. But he could have won that race from 16th. Of course, Hamilton won this race from 14th on the grid, didn't he? So Hilserath, and he was in the Mercedes as well. So giving his best impression of Hamilton there, he would have gone 2 better, wouldn't he, if he won last night? Oh, what a shame for Dave then. We got Hogg coming into the pits now then, as he is in 10th position at the moment. That has taken off a lot of pressure then for the other drivers. Roscoe just needs to get a lap in, and he is through there. As we're just watching PB, I wonder if he's just trying to get some representative times in those. We're on board PB into the Sachs curve at the moment. He is taking off Physico at the moment. I think Physico was on the hard compound tyre. So the next I think this is just on board PB then, is he's in the Mercedes. And he's about to start his lap now then, and excuse me, and he's now flicking through turn 1. I think Dave overcorrected the car, didn't he? And then he unfortunately went into the barrier, and it was a horrible moment, really, wasn't it? What a shame for Dave. And as Jonathan Cox there is pretty satisfied with the goings on at the moment in the qualifying. Of course, he's on 11.7 at the moment. He's the only man on the 11.7s. Currently, as it stands, 200. So I think that we'll see. Can he keep that gap though? Because that's a mighty gap, isn't it? Have we seen the best from Ari Racing? Have we seen the best from Asdog? It's great to see Asdog back up there. What about Matt? Of course, Matt got pole position last night in Silverstone. What about Timmy as well? Timmy has also got a pole position to his name as well, back in Canada. So yeah, this is so it's anyone's ball game at the moment. Even though Even though John Cox does have a 4/10 of a second gap, Dave has just said unfortunately the car felt like an aquaplane at turn 1. Yeah, unfortunately for Dave, we was on board with him when it happened there, and that was real shame there for Dave there. So unfortunately that will be. As Roscoe is in the pits at the moment. He's leaving it very late, isn't he? PB does a lot better time now. He's found a second. Good stuff from PB. He is improving all the time, isn't he? The Mercedes driver. Well, he's a reserve, isn't he? But at the moment he is standing in for not that bad. And PB there. Wow, that is a good evolution, isn't it? From PB, so keep it on him later on in this session. Energy Dan, I think is back in the session. I didn't see him back in the session for once. He snuck back in. But Energy Dan is on the track. Roscoe is still in the pit. So Roscoe is still in the pit, and he's not coming out either. So, to be honest, I have probably missed something, really. I should really take a look and see what's going on. But Roscoe ain't going to get through. So we're going to lose Harry, we're going to lose Roscoe, and we're going to lose Dave. That's 3 big names that we have lost in this session. Wow. From the race point of view, this is going to be fantastic races. We're going to see Dave, Harry, and Roscoe all come through the field like a hot knife through butter. Whoa! Dan there, pointing the wrong way. And he's left the camera behind because the camera was short as well. And that's a lot of vibration in that Ferrari, isn't it? And you can see he's very nervous on the outside. But look at that. When Energy Dan is on when Energy Dan is got all 4 wheels on the car, he is flying, isn't he? He's got a lot of energy in that Ferrari. So I think that can he just if he could just keep it on the straight and narrow, then Energy Dan is definitely a man to not to be trifled with. Talking of not being trifled with, here comes Double. He is 7/10 of a second down. Don't worry, Double fans. He's on 3 lap older soft tyres. He is just trying to get his eye in. He is going around making sure the setup is perfect. Well, unfortunately, they're in park firmware conditions now, so they can't tweak the setup to how they would like. I think they can still change the front wing, but yeah. Oh, lovely shot here of Double's rear wing now. Lovely stuff. And we're now over the shoulder then with Double as well as they're coming down to the hairpin. Yeah, so they're in park for him now, but I think Double might be just trying to get his eye in. He's probably done a lot of practice anyway, but now he is just making sure on this day, on this time of this year, of this month and this day, Double is just seeing, making sure that the track conditions is how he wants it, and see if we can get his driving style dialed in. That's the end of Q1. We have lost some big scouts in Q1, haven't we? Wow. So we've lost Dave, unfortunately, the Monaco winner out. We've lost Roscoe, and we have also lost Harry as well. So big names that have gone already in this session. But we have got 14 other drivers out there, and we're going to lose 4 in the next session as well, as Double is now just coming into the pits. And he's carrying on because Energy Dan is in the pits. So I think Double is there maximising his time out there, and he is 5/10 of a second down after 4 laps on the soft tyres. So pretty decent times out there for Double. And yep, so that's in the Q1. We have lost Dave, we have lost Harry, we have lost Roscoe. Wow. So yeah, it's that's very disappointing there, isn't it? And just take it. I don't think I've missed anything. Just taking a quick look to see what's going on. Unfortunately, Energy Dan hasn't got any engine sounds there either. But that's a bit of a shame there, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think I might have missed. I probably have missed the penalties or what. But yeah, unless Roscoe felt like he wanted a challenge from the back of the grid. So I think the Scotsman would probably never turn around and challenge, will he? So he might just want to start from the back and just watch it all unfold. You can see the drag strip there. Of course, it would become quite infamous there in 2019, didn't it? And there's Double's car in the background, zooming across the screen there. As we're just waiting to get in the Q2 then of this Hockenheim circuit. Oh, Double's car is going very quick there, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, lovely technique there from Double as he's going around again. And so Double, well, absolutely maximising his opportunity on track there, isn't it? We're just waiting. Here we go. We're going into Q2 now then. So qualifying 2, it was well, yesterday we had a sprinkle of rain that turned into a bit of a a light rain, which really caused all sorts of issues, didn't it, on the in qualifying 2 then. And we didn't actually qualifying 2 is usually about strategy, but yesterday it was not do strategy really. It was just trying to get on the track as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, Slim had a bit of issues last night, didn't he? Unfortunately, in Q2 he was very unlucky. In the race he was really making up for it as well, until unfortunately lost his front wing, which is such a shame. And really, such a shame for Slim was, because of course Slim was looking mighty aggressive, wasn't he? We got the Ferrari car, the British Italian driver Jonathan Cox, who of course is second in the championship. 4 pole positions to his name for Jonathan Cox, 3 wins, 5 pole positions, and unfortunately, he does have 3 DNFs to his name, though, doesn't he? So he just, if he can get a bit of momentum underneath him, he will be flying there as well. And that's why I should really turn the chat off, because I've just seen a GIF which tickled me. Jonathan Cox coming down to the hairpin, and he is now getting himself warmed up and ready to go. In this session, we are losing 4 cars. If you qualify in the top 10, though, you must start on a tyre which you set your fastest time on. I sound like a broken record, but of course we want to have new fans join us all the time. And of course, if you're watching, you want to have your input, then I'm more than happy for you to do so. We need a bit of an expert opinion, don't we, in the commentary box? So yeah, so keep your opinions coming in, keep your chats coming in. It'd be great to hear from you. Get your comments in. And let's hear what you like to say. Who do you reckon is going to be on pole position? Who do you reckon is going to win the race? To be honest, I must admit, it'd be tough to look past a red car, won't it? But of course, this is racing. Anything can happen, can it? And it usually does. And now, Jonathan Cox, let's go on board with the British Italian. Then, of course, second in the championship. You can see them revving up into turn 1. Then look at this, where he hits the brakes. Oh wow, incredible stuff. Oh, look at that, a bit of oversteer as well there for Jonathan there. DRS in between turn 2 and 3, braking then just before the 50-meter board. Incredible stuff. The O-Track used to blast through the forest out, didn't it? Ted Kravitz had a great feature on that about the O-Track, didn't he, earlier this year? It's great to see. Brought back a lot of memories, really, as I love the O-Track. As you can see them coming down to there, but now look, see where it brakes again. Look at that, just before the 100-meter board. How does he slow that car down? Incredible stuff. Look at that then. A lot of lock then on that steering wheel. Now accelerates the way now. We've got yellow flag in the third sector. Then you can see this flicking through the right-hander there. Coming up to the Mercedes grandstand there. We've had a couple of epic battles over the years there, haven't we? Now then, he's coming into the stadium section now then. So as you can see, we've rejoined the old part of the track then. And look at him flicking in the air. Oh, he's on the ground. Oh no, yet he stayed off the ground. That is incredible stuff. Into the Sachs curve then. That corner is absolutely cracking when you get it right. And now then, as we come into turn 16 and 17 then, dropping down the 4th gear, you can see he accelerates the way on the apex. And oh, he's cut the corner there. I'm wondering if that might be an invalid time there. We'll find out. No, it's not. No, it's not. And Jonathan Cox goes onto a 13.2 on the medium compound tyre, remember. Of course, we know that because of the yellow stripe, the yellow marked tyres there. Of course, soft is red. IRC races on a lap of the moment. Well, he was, but he's chilled it down a bit. Physico out there on the softs already. What about JJ? JJ getting his first points back in Silverstone. He goes second fastest. Then we got a Mercedes behind it, and I think that's Timmy who is starting another lap. Ari races out on track there. Physico is out there as well. Let's take a look. Asdog coming through the fire. He's on the hard compound tyre. Asdog is accelerating away. DRS enabled, and he is now going for a lap then. So oh, that car didn't want to turn there from Steve, did it? That car was really fighting him. And then Steve then coming across the line, and well, that is a good turn there from Steve, isn't it? Just remember, if he didn't have those issues in turn 16, he would have been on pole position. On the fastest there. Of course, we're aiming for pole position in this race, in this qualifying session. We are. Oh no! I think Snap is gone. Snap, who was looking phenomenal in the earlier on there. So just take a look, see where he is. Just on board. I wonder if it's in turn 1. Oh no! As Snap is out of qualifying. What a blow! And that is this Physico as well. Just taking a look, we've got yellow flags there just floating around. I think this guy's getting out of the way there. But Snap there, who was looking phenomenal, wasn't he, at that earlier on there. Of course, he flew. He flew, didn't he, in the first qualifying session? Really put one lap in and was flying. He ain't going to put any laps in now. So that is Snap out of qualifying, unfortunately. So that is our first loss of qualifying. As Timmy goes up into 4th position. Matt is in 5th position. Hogg is in 6th so far. That is the top 6 so far. Here's Asdog on the hard compound tyre. He's the only man on the white stripe hard tyre. And he goes into 5th position. Asdog did. Is that going to be enough? Is that the cut-off point? We'll find out eventually. Physico is on a Sunday drive at the moment. So Physico is not really keen on getting on with it at the moment. He's just cruising around. I wonder if he's just trying to let the Toro Rosso through. We've got a bit of a parade formation lap going on here, haven't we? As So as it stands then, we have Hog 7th, Matt 6th, Asdog 5th, 4th Timmy, JJ in 3rd, good stuff. Second position Steve, he can go a lot faster than that. His car, his back end was trying to overtake the front, wasn't it? In the final corner, in the final couple of corners there. And John Cox is on as fastest at the moment. So his Physico there is, he's turned up the wick, hasn't he? Physico is. Now we're going to see something special there from Physico. I was about to call him Physicala. And now here he comes then into the final couple of corners. Matt is coming into the pit. And here we go then. So Physico then DRS enabled. Then there's 3 DRS zones around here. He has started us up now. He's done a 48 there. I think that's more keen to Belgium, really, isn't it, rather than Hockenheim. Now Physico then come down into turn 2 then. Let's see how this lap is doing then so far then. You can see the first sector is quite short around here, isn't it? Let's take a look. There's the first timing beam there, and it's 59 there for Physico. Lovely shot of the rear wing. That is a beautiful shot of the rear wing. Unfortunately, don't see a lot of it, but we've now got the over-the-shoulder shot of Physico. Is now he coming down to the hairpin then. Look at that. On the brakes. Stamping on the brakes as hard as you can. And now acceleration away, then you can see then good traction out of that hairpin there for Physico. Lovely indeed. And you can see the flicking through there. That corner is very dangerous in the wet, isn't it? Quite easy in the dry then. Now into the corner next to the Mercedes grandstand. Physico ain't going to be too interesting now because he's driving the yellow and black car, the yellow and black Renault, which by the sounds of it in 2021 it's going to be Renault only going to be powering their own cars. So as McLaren have now gone back to the Mercedes, which it just sounds better, doesn't it? Lovely shot of the curb here. Oh, great stuff. Yeah, it just sounds better, doesn't it? The McLaren and Mercedes partnership. Yeah, I know McLaren Renault just didn't sit well for me, did it? But what this might sit well for Physico, it sits very well for Physico. He's gone up to a 12.8 there. Lovely time there for Physico. Is that going to be safe then? That would be interesting, won't it? Indeed, then is Physico then is in the 12s then. So the first one in the 12s then doubles out on track at the moment. We got KCU then is out on track at the moment as well. PB is also on track. PB with the first then to come across the line now. He improved dramatically in the first qualifying session. He's on the medium compound tire at the moment, PB is. And you can see in the background there is the debutant. PB goes at 9th position, but KCU goes 7th fast at the moment. What about Double? Double is now, got a bit over the run strip there, isn't he? Double is. Now into the final couple of corners then. Now accelerates the way. So Double then comes across the line. And where does Double go? He goes 10th at the moment. I think that he is well on the cut. He's well on the. That might be Double might have to go out again there because I don't think he's going to be too safe there. Andy Dan is still chilling in the pits moment and Snap is out. So we've lost Snap already. We're aiming to lose another 3 drivers. Who are they going to be? Andy Dan hasn't come out yet. PB is in the drop zone mode. Double is currently through, but he ain't going to feel safe there, is he? So he's going to have to get into at least the 13. Both PB and Double are going to have to get into the 13s at least. And that is a very wide ballpark, isn't it, really? Because there's that's 9/10s, isn't there? In the 13 there, so it could be anything. I think it's probably a high 13 is probably the danger zone, isn't it? As RU Race has dropped off the pace there. Energy Dan is out on track at the moment as well, so good to see. Now as RU Race is coming into the oh, there's a Haas off the track, and who is that? That's KC is having issues there in the Haas. He's just spinning it at the moment, and you can see. Oh, I thought he was back on the track there. I had no idea where he was, but he did. So KC there is just having a bit of an adventurous end there to his lap. Are you racing then on board there with the white helmeted Racing Point? Of course, the Pink Panther rebranded to Racing Point this season after were called Force India formerly. Then they were called before that. I think they were called Spiker, wasn't they? So they had all sorts of names, didn't they? Because this used to be the Jordan team, didn't it? Of course, that was their original. Disguise, wasn't it? But RU Race is also invalidated that time as well, so he is not going to be able to. Yeah, so he's going to back off and have another go now. Not ideal, is it? For not ideal, is it? As Engine Dan's got off the track there as well. So I'm wondering if he's carrying on, I think. So cause he did go very well off the track there, didn't he? Oh, taking 2 points to the cherry. They're going into turn 2 then. So race now, but now into turn 3. Gotta say, I'm not sure. When we're on board Engine Dan, it feels like we're going straight there, and I was really concerned. And as Engine Dan now is coming down the back straight, of course, we've had some cracking overtakes here. And of course, remember we had 3 world champions battling out there. Hamilton, Vettel. No, I think it was Hamilton. was it Hamilton, Vettel and Raikkonen? I think it was, isn't it? There was like 7 championships in one picture, I remember reading. Energy down there on board now. RE Racing is just going to start another lap now. So here goes RE Racing. We'll catch up with RE Racing in just 3 minutes because we're staying on board with Energy down then as he is coming into the stadium section right now, flicking it in there. And now as he comes up to the Sachs curve here. Ooh, lovely, lovely, lovely. And now accelerating the way down as he is now coming into the final couple of corners down there. See, look at the grandstands there. Absolutely cracking place, isn't it, here at Hockenheim? Now into the final corner then. Let's take a look at Edgy Dan's lap then. And he has got it to a 14-1 there. He is not in yet. So Edgy Dan needs to find... Oh, he needs to find that 700th of a second there, Edgy Dan does. Can he do it though? Remember, it's very difficult to find that amount of time. I know, basically, you can't do a lot in a 700th of a second, can you? But when you're on the maximum, when you're on the limit, it's very difficult to find that amount of time, is it? Jonathan Cox is back on track at the moment. He wants to reclaim his crown from Fisico, who is currently at the top of the tree at the moment. We've also got Stio, who is definitely could go quicker than that. I think he lost a good half a second in the final corner, didn't he? JD doing a cracking job in 4th position, lovely to see. Timmy in 5th position, Asdog in 6th. I think Asdog, is he feeling safe on those hard compound tyres? As he's going, because he'll be starting the race on the hard compound tyres as it stands. 3 minutes to go. Are you racing then? It's starting us up now, and again he's done 3 laps on there. I know did he invalidate his tire? It's a bit of frustration there. And Are you racing? The pressure is really going. It's really starting to mount up now, isn't it? Yeah, this is not good at all for Are You Racing. He's done 3 laps on these medium tires. Remember, he has to start a race on them. Is he got time to come back in the pits and come back out? That is going to be very difficult indeed. Energy Dan is in the pits now. So Energy Dan is in the pits. KCU is out on track mode. Timmy is flying out as well. Or Jonathan is just in the... he's just going to the first sector. So we'll leave Jonathan to it for the moment. Because Timmy is flying at the moment. He's on the soft compound tire, isn't he? Remember last night, it was a straightforward medium to hard. It was medium to hard, wasn't it? Really, the strategy was last night. If you had a clean race, but here tonight we've got all sorts of strategies going on. I love it. And that's what's great about the super drivers, isn't it? They like to experiment with strategy, don't they? And it really, it really kind of pay dividends. And Timmy's gone fastest by 0.8 of a second there from Physico in second. Jonathan Cox still on the medium tires there. Look at that wrestling the car there. Jonathan Cox is you can see he was like wrestling an alligator there. Someone just jumped up somewhere, didn't they? I think it was Are You Racing. Are You Racing is now on a 13.3 at the moment in the racing point. He's done 4 laps on those tires with just under 2 minutes to go. So these tires, Jonathan Cox going right there. He is thrown it all against the wall and he's in the pits. And so I think he was trying to find all of the trying to see what the car could do there and seeing how much the car can handle. Here comes Stio. As we said, Stio has got a lot of time in his back pocket. Let's see how much he has. He has got a lot of time. Look at that, 1.1 seconds. He is just behind Timmy at the moment. But yes, we definitely did expect a better lap there from Stio. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Yellow flag in 1. Hopefully, just taking a quick look to see what's going on out there. PB is now improved by 0.3 of a second as well. Currently, as it stands, he needs to find 0.8 of a second, 0.7 of a second there. PB does to get himself into Q3. What does he do? He's found a great amount of time, almost a second there. PB is evolution, isn't he? He's evolving in this week, in this event. And he is getting quicker and quicker, isn't he? He's now into a 13.8 there. And that is enough to get him through at the moment. With 50 seconds to go. Can he though, as Hog is out. Hog is out and doubles out as well. What about Energy Dan? Energy Dan there just struggling toward his tires there, isn't he? Matt is on the cusp as well, 9th position mode. And that's a Haas facing the wrong way there. And that's an unusual place to crash, isn't it? We've had a couple of crashes there, haven't we? Glock crashed there in 2008, didn't he? But it was on the outside. It was a violent crash, wasn't it? And he ricocheted across there. So as Energy Dan is now starting his lap then, as a KCU on his debut, doing a great job. He's in Q3 as it stands at the moment, and I think he will stay in Q3. Matt is 0.8 of a second up then as he comes into the final couple of corners now. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think the KCU is safe. I think Matt is safe as well. Matt goes up the 3rd then. I'm not sure what's going on there. And so then, so the only man that could upset PP today is Energy Dan. But I think that's it. Energy Dan, unfortunately, is not going to be able to improve his time. It doesn't look like he's on the pace there as they come down into the hairpin now. So I'm wondering if Dan's made a mistake, and if he has, then that is a shame then. Oh no. So oh, that's a shame for Andy Dan, isn't it? Because as we seen earlier on, when he puts a lap up, he is quick, isn't he? Very quick indeed then from the Ferrari driver. So I think then PB is through in the Q3. Congratulations to PB, great stuff. KCU is through as well. Brilliant stuff then from KCU. And look at Energy down there throwing it all against the wall. And unfortunately, the back end refused to stick. And that is it for Energy Dan. If it wasn't before, it definitely is now. Asdog is through as well on the hard tire as well. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? Is he going to be able to keep? Is he going to be able to keep those tires up to temperature? JJ in 10th position. Are you in 6th? Then we've got Jonathan Cox in 5th. Physical 4th. Great stuff. 3rd position is Matt. 2nd is Theo. And Timmy is on. Oh, that's a Haas there who's gone well off the track. That's KCU on a very adventurous lap here, final lap here in Q2. So unfortunately, we have lost Hogg out by a 10th of a second. 2nd position is so 12th position is Double. 13th is Energy Dan, and Snap and didn't get a timing, unfortunately. What a shame for Snap. He would have been through Q3, I reckon, if he got a representative timing as well. The Haas mechanics are just going to work and just trying to basically trying to get that front wing then ready, the Haas ready for Q3 then. So we've got 2 Haas's in the top 10 then. That's absolutely excellent stuff. So as you can see, he's on the dolly, he's on the trolley, and he is now into the pits then. So as we've got a bit of a calm before the storm here, as Timmy is having a victory lap here at the moment. So absolutely cracking stuff there from Timmy. So he is fast in Q2. But unfortunately, this ain't going to make much of a difference then, because now all the times get wiped. We have now got to go through. We got a 10-car shootout for pole position. Who do you think is going to get pole position? It's going to be fantastic, isn't it? So for the race series starting later on, we've got soft tires for Timmy, Steve, Matt, and Physico, JJ, KCU, and PB. Medium tires for Jonathan Cox and Are You Racing, and hard tires for Asdog. Watch Asdog later on in the race. He's going to be a threat, isn't he? Hog out, Double out, Energy Dan out, and so is Snap out as well. Get ready for Q3, everyone. This is going to be fantastic. And now then, we're getting ready for Q3 then. I've had my quick first, clenching my first, and now we're ready to get going then. So then, here we go then. This is the Q3 then. This is going to be interesting stuff, isn't it indeed? Who's going to get pole position? Is Jonathan Cox going to be Fab 5? What about Asdog? Is he going to be Fantastic 4? I'm running out of yeah. Matt could go for 3 as well here today. Of course, Timmy also got 1 pole. Oh, will we have a new pole sitter? What about Physico? What about Are You Racing? What about PB? What about JJ? Of course, we got all sorts. Steo as well. KCU as well, also making his debut. Jonathan Cox is out there. No messing about for Jonathan in this session. He is not. He's not hanging around this in car 25. And to honestly, he does look formidable, doesn't he? He's been practicing quite a bit, hasn't he? The Ferrari driver. He's really fully focused, isn't he? He wants to take the fight to Not That Bad, doesn't he? This is a golden opportunity for Jonathan Cox there to really home in on Not That Bad and really put the championship leader under pressure. Not That Bad is absolutely dominated this season, hasn't he? Very, 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 very impressive levels of domination there for Not That Bad. He's been phenomenal, hasn't he? So, but it'd be interesting to see what he's like then, of course. And he's going to come under pressure for John Fox. Remember, this is Not That Bad second season in IRC. In the first season, he finished 3rd, didn't he? Behind the 2 men who got promoted to the Elite League of Knowlesy and of course Blaz as well. So, so really, he was the all-time favourite this season, wasn't he? But I tell you what, he is absolutely done beautifully under the pressure, hasn't he? Because remember, Jacques Villeneuve was the overwhelming favourite in '97. Wasn't he? It didn't go his way, did it? For most, it almost didn't go his way, did it? He eventually won the title, but that Williams was quite quick, wasn't he, in the early stages? And yeah, Ferrari took it down to the wire, didn't they? In a car which probably yeah, well, I'm not sure if it, I'm not sure if it really should have done really, but Michael Schumacher showed his absolute brilliance out, didn't he? Albeit there was a bit of dodges going on in the final race in Jerez, as we mentioned earlier on, didn't we? That infamous race in Jerez. Qualifying was actually outstanding. The race, yeah, bit of shady circumstances there, wasn't there? Anyway, we're talking about a different Friday. We're talking about Jonathan Cox then, and he is now coming in front of the Mercedes grandstand here. You can see running slightly wide there, not taking too much of the AstroTurf. That is a beautiful line there. That car is looking strong, isn't it? Now into the stadium section. Now, this is where you want it. This is where you want. Oh, he's got wide there. He kept it on. I thought he was going off again. Then how does he carry so much speed around there? It's incredible, isn't it? As everyone is on track. This is what we want to see in this 12-minute shootout. We want everyone on track. It's great to see. Now into the final corner. Jonathan Cox got a Haas in his way. Well, use the slipstream, and he goes on a 12.008 there. He is 3/10 of a second off his fastest time there in Q1. So there's a lot more to come there from Jonathan Cox, I think. Are you racing there? Oh, is he invalidate his time there? I think he might have done. Oh, so but Asdog hasn't. He's 3/10 of a second off the pace road. JJ is it 14.8 there. What about the Toro Rosso? Matt? Oh, JJ there. Oh, he is staying on the track there. Very, very close to going off. Dave, we lost Dave earlier, unfortunately. 12.3 there for Matt. Then these times are not it's not fairly. We expected maybe a bit quicker times at the moment, but we'll see. Maybe the track is evolved slightly. Steve goes second fast, about 3/10 of a second off Jonathan Cox as it stands mode. We got KCU on his debut mode, and Timmy there, I think, has abandoned his lap and is going for it again. We got yellow flags. So look at all this traffic there. Just take a look then. Is now on board KCU. Brown has just said, "Go on, JJ and PB in Q3." Hog, where are you at? Hog missed out on the slimmest of marches, didn't he? Hog is qualified 11th on the grid. What about KCU, the debutant? He goes 6th fast in the road on a 12.8. Good time there for the debutant. He's really doing well today. The debutant is KCU. Really impressive stuff there. What about Are You Racing? Are You Racing goes fastest for pole position for 11.9 there. So good stuff from Are You Racing. And wow, round one goes to the Racing Point driver. So what about Timmy then? Can't count on Timmy. Can't count on PB either. He comes for the final corner. Now remember, he is just getting quicker and quicker in this session. Go very wide on the AstroTurf. What is his time? We'll have a look now. It's 13.8 left for PB. And he's in 8th position on the 4th row of the grid. Fantastic. 7 minutes to go. Are You Racing is on pole position currently. Jonathan Cox is second. Steve third. 4th is Matt. 5th is Physico. Great stuff for Physico. This is best qualifying performance of the season, I believe, in terms of course, qualifying has been very difficult for Physico. The race has been fantastic, isn't it? Remember the race in Silverstone? He was electric. Asdog in 6th position. 7th position is KCU. PB 8th. JJ 9th. What about Timmy? Where is he going to throw himself up? And he goes into 3rd position there for Timmy. On a 12.1 so far for Timmy. Look at the back end. Trying to overtake the front there. 6 minutes to go then. So we're about halfway through this qualifying, this Q3 session. And Jonathan Cox has left the session. Oh no! This is a big blow for Jonathan Cox. Remember, he was going for 5. Wasn't he? He was going for 5 pole positions. And he has left the session there, Jonathan has. So, oh no. Hopefully he can get himself back in here as quickly as possible. Are You Racing is just coming in the pits now. As we're having a bit of a lull. It's come very overcast, hasn't it? We did hear Jonathan say earlier that there was no rain in the air. But, yeah, not good at all then. Oh dear then. So hopefully Jonathan can get himself back in the session. And he is back in now. He is back in and raring to go. And we've also got Mercedes mechanics rush out as well for Timmy, who's just coming in the pits as well. So then there's we got just under 6 minutes to go. Then we're going to have a bit of a lull. As the drivers now just thinking about visualising their final lap, isn't it? They're going to be thinking about every braking point, every turn-in point, every apex they want to hit. That's what they're going to be doing right now. As into the pits, then comes the Mercedes, and you can see there the pit stop. I think there used to be a chicane, didn't there? In that a very long time ago, there used to be a pit. There used to be a chicane. There used to be a lot of chicanes, didn't there, in the pit later, there to slow the cars down a bit. It used to be their favourite thing in the 90s, didn't it? So as now we're getting ready for Q, who's the first one out there? We got East is out of the garage boat. We got Matt who's out as well. Energy Dan has left the session as hopefully he can get himself back in now. Jonathan Cox has got no sound, which is why he left, so but he's back in now. Let's hope he's got some sound. And also we have got Michael Hogg, who's a P11 ain't too bad. As I get to choose the tire I want at least. That is, to us, that is good. To us, P11 is actually a great place to start, isn't it? I'd rather start P11 than P10, or P9 really. Oh, we got some rain on the right there. I think there's rain on the Haas. Oh no, I think we might be robbed of a qualifying session here. Look, it's very sprinkling at the moment. They might get away with it if they come out now. Rory Racing, Jonathan Cox, Timmy, they're all in the pits, but we got 4 minutes to go. Where's this rain come from? It wasn't on the radar, was it? On board then with JJ then. Look there, that is a big, look, there's spots on the camera now as well. This is going to be very, very intense as well. Oh no! So we might be wrong. Oh, look at that! He's having a couple of bites of cherry. There's the JJ is, and you can see that. No, that's just not. That's a quite a bit. That's only a sprinkle at the moment, so the track will be fine at the current time. As we're just taking a quick look to see if Benji's on an adventure out there. So someone could pinch pole position there. Yellow flag in free. Oh, that is very wide there for JJ. That's not the optimum line there, is it, for the Haas driver? Car 50 at the moment is I haven't actually got the graphics on, have I? So sorry about that, guys. As he's going off the track then, just getting the telemetry on there. Matt is through, and now can Matt get a second pole position in a row? His third of the season, Matt is. Here he comes then, because he's third in the championship at the moment then, and he is flying into the stadium sector now. Jonathan Cox is on track at the moment, so this is very, very dangerous. Remember, it might not be. You can see the curbs are still quite dry there, isn't they? Remember last night there was puddles in that curb, wasn't there? Matt then coming around the final turn. Then what's he got? What's he got in his locker? On board with Matt. Then he's aiming for 11.9. He gets third position there by 2/10 of a second. Then so he is 2/10 of a second off the pace at the moment. Alk J just said, what a time for rain. It really is, isn't it? And this has thrown a spanner into all sorts of work. The rain is not affecting Steve. Oh, it's gone wide. The Williams driver has, and that might be his one and only shot there. Physico is carrying on with the Renault. 2/10 of a second down. Physico is as well. So I'm wondering if the rain's affecting anyone. Well, can we have a special lap? No, KCU is in the pits as well. Asdog is on an out lap at the moment. So we're going to keep an eye on it. Well, Physico is going around again, so he's going to finish this up. Steve is back in the pits. What a shame for rain. We've been robbed, I think, of a cracking end to this qualifying session. And Jonathan Cox saying at the moment, and he has got to find a 10th of a second in slippery conditions there for Jonathan. He had issues with sound. I reckon that might have cost him pole position. Or has it? Let's find out from the Ferrari driver. On board with Jonathan Cox said, as Physico and Asdog saying, Edge Dad is back in the session. 2 minutes to go. That's 120 seconds, everyone. So we've got 120 seconds to decide on who's pole position. What's his second intermediate time is? It's 3/10 of a second down. It's 3/10 of a second. Look at the speed he's carrying. So you can see he's also given that Aston Turner white berth the Ferrari driver has, and this might have robbed us of a showdown here. Are you racing his chin in the pits? What does Jonathan Cox do? He's carrying on. This is the last corner. What does he do? He's aiming for 11.9. It's not enough. It's not enough there for Jonathan Cox. And I think that's a bit of frustration on the Ferrari driver, but he has the pace. He has the pace in the race, so remember that is it's not all over yet. He just needs to keep his cool. But wow, rain out of nowhere. There's a yellow flag in sector 1 there, and I think it's Jonathan Cox just getting out of the way. And Asdog is also 4 seconds off the pace. So sprinkle of the rain then in the final part of the race qualifying. And are you racing? It's first pole position here in Germany. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Are You Racing. Really good stuff indeed then from Are You Racing then. So brilliant. Of course, he's on 94 points. Are You Racing at the moment. Asdog comes across the line to complete his lap then. So I think that's the end of qualifying. I think unfortunately we've been robbed of a final showdown, really, hasn't it? And it's out. Jake said, "Well, what a time for rain." It really robbed us, didn't it? I think so. Then here is the top 10. Then we got Are You Racing on pole position. I think anyway. Am I guessing too soon? What about Physico out there? Is there any grip left? Jonathan Cox is 10 seconds off the pace, so I don't think Jonathan's going to... And, Asdog is really on it! He's really on it at the moment there. So we'll keep an eye. Asdog and Physico might have proved me wrong there. And we're going to find out now then. So what is Physico's time in the second sector then? Asdog is really on it. He's only 300 seconds down. Physico's 200 seconds down. So we'll keep an eye on the Alfa Romeo driver now. He is flicking making it through, and yellow flag and free. That is Physico up. He's 3/10 second down as well. The second sector is where they're losing time there. Oh, Physico is right off the track there, and he's just recovering back on the track now then. So that's the end of qualifying. Pole position for RU Racing. Jonathan Cox is alongside him on row 1. Oh, very tasty indeed. Second, third and fourth is Matt and Timmy. So that's great stuff indeed. Theo in 5th position, Physico in 6th, and he's just doing his best, doing some pressure there. I think that I think Physico's out about so cracking qualifying, hasn't he? Now we're expecting some great races in just a second there for Physico. Because remember, his qualifying has not been it's been difficult this season, but his racecraft has been absolutely phenomenal. So he's in 6th position then on the grid there for the Renault driver. And Jonathan Cox there just questioned whether the rain come from. It wasn't in the forecast. Yeah, so it's incredible, isn't it? How the rain did come from. I must admit, I quite like that actually when the rain is not forecasted. It just comes out of nowhere. It's it just makes it a bit more excited and well, it makes it a bit more realistic as well. Anyway, that's the end of qualifying. Yeah, look at that, 72 hundredths of a second, and RU Racing getting his first pole position of his career. Look at that, 72 hundredths of a second. Wow. Matt is in 3rd position. 4th position is Timmy C in 5th. Physico 6th. Well done. Asdog 70's on the hard tire, remember. KCU is in 8th position on his debut. Fantastic for the Haas team. PB in 9th position. Oh, well done for PB. How is he gonna fare now in the top 10? And JJ in 10th position then. That is the top 10 for your Q3 shootout. As Physico has just said, best of luck to all the drivers out there. Now we're going, as we've got 17 cars then around here. We had an epic race last night in the Elite, didn't we? The epic Elites really did show their class yesterday, didn't they? Now all of the supercars, you can see that we got wings out there. We got the garage is empty. We are ready to go. Safety car. Hopefully we won't see that today. Well, it depends on your point of view, really, isn't it? But hopefully Bert Moylander will have his feet up in the air. And just taking as a Brown, then of course the Toro Rosso driver, it just said, "Wow, go on PB, a second quicker than JJ." Make sure you let him know. So it was everyone loves a bit of banter, don't they? And here we go then. We got the countdown is on then. The drivers are just sorting out their strategies. Of course, remember, anyone outside the top 10 can start on whatever tire they feel that they want to choose on. You can see there's some very overcast out there. Of course, it started like this in Q3. So remember, even though the weather forecast has said that there's no rain on the horizon, but as Jonathan just said there, alluded to there, anything can happen, can it? In the with the weather point of view. RU Racing on pole position then for the racing point. Is he nervous? We'll find out in just a few moments. He's on the medium tires. Also on the medium tires is Jonathan Cox. So is Hogg, Energy Dan, Dave, and Roscoe. We have got soft tires. We got a mixture out there. Hard tires for Asdog, Double, and Snap. And of course Harry as well. And soft tires then for Matt, Timmy, Steve, Physico, KCU, PB, and East. Sorry, JJ. And RU Racers out there on his lonesome at the moment. It's the cars around him, not really kind of had him hanging out to dry, aren't they? RU Racing is on pole position, fantastic stuff. Jonathan Cox is second. Third position is Matt, as you can see that this is like the Italian qualifier all over again. Matt is in third position. We got Timmy in fourth position, Steo in fifth position, Physico is in sixth, Asdog is in seventh position, eighth position is KCU, ninth position is PB, who decided he's not interested in the formation lap. JJ in 10th position, Hogg is in 11th position, just following PB's start there. Double in 12th position, Energy down in 13th, Snap is in 14th with Dave in 15th and Harry in 16th and Roscoe in 17th position. I'm glad they're doing this actually, because I think that they obviously felt that I wasn't quick enough with the tire strategy, so they're just giving me time to get myself sorted out. So it's we've got the world's slowest formation lap as I think Harry is still on the back. He is on the back straight still. So yeah, he really doesn't want to. He doesn't want to get anywhere into those tires. Well, so is Staff and Dave in the 14th and 15th position then. The world. We're going to have a very quick race in a minute, but this is probably the world's slowest formation lap at the moment. And I'm really trying to keep my professionalism here, but it's really hard, I must admit. Yeah. So David Snap there having an intense battle down into the hairpin here. Who's going to make it into the corner first? To be honest, I think that who doesn't want to make it to the corner first is really the question. Staff is taking him. Staff is in front of Dave as they are crawling around, and I think the front runners are almost to the grid there. Well, Are You Racing's already on the grid there. Jonathan Cox there. Look at that name hanging about to dry your own name out. Are You Racing? Got a bit of flashing going there as well. Roscoe there is just going around there. But yeah, we're doing this intense battle then to who's going to finish the formation lap the slowest. And you can see that this is usually a very quick corner, isn't it? Now usually full throttle down here. Well, there are anything but full throttle now. You can see we're just watching Dave's telemetry there. It's was I don't know. It's about a third throttle. Not even a third throttle, is it? It's like an 8th throttle at the moment in that Red Bull there. So yeah, you can see that this is not a warm-up lap, is it? It's more of a cool-down lap. Staff has gone right off. I think he's just having a wave to the crowd there, and he's having a good old donut as well. So Staff is a crowd pleaser, isn't he? And absolutely loving life out there, isn't he? He's not worried about the tyres, and that's what. Oh, he's at the bar. He shouldn't be worried about the tyres, should he? That's what we want in Formula One. We don't want these guys tippy-toeing around, do we? Worrying about the tyre life. We want them to do donuts and everything. Now Staff has gone. Staff has gone around again there. So yeah, I think that he's taken the tyres. We're a bit too literally here, but yeah, we don't. Oh, and he's unfortunately, so Staff is at the is been thrown to the grid then. And now we're just and David's in the wall, and he's also I think he was just seeing look at the undulation there, isn't it? The gravel trap's quite high there, isn't it? Anyway, sorry, I was going to be off topic there. Let's go then. We have got 34 laps around this German Grand Prix. I like a bit of lightheartedness, so the tension is now ramping up. Then we got 5 sets of lights are on. We are racing in Germany, and now we are. Are You Racing this racing? It's a great. Harry's dropped down to last position, and we have got they're all coming in turn one now. How's it going? We got Williams right off the track there, but Steve Egg just going off the track, and the Ferrari is battling a racing point for the lead then. And Are You Racing? And there's the yellow flag in one. What's going on in one then? As Staff is had problems and Harry's had problems. Jonathan Cox has taken the lead of the German Grand Prix. They're coming down into the hairpin now then. And look at this, Matt also getting involved in one. Look at this. This is a drag race. Coming down into the hairpin then. Look at this. And Are You Racing? Jonathan Cox is in the middle. Is Mark going to sneak up the inside? He is sneaking up on the inside. No, he ain't. And then Jonathan Cox there is taking lead. Going, yellow flag because Andrew Dan is out of the race. Where is he gone? Oh, that's a big old crunch as well. That is a Toro Rosso. Matt has gone very wide then. The Toro Rosso. I'm not sure what happened there. We were worried about engine down then. Yellow flag in there, sector 2. Then that is for the Ferrari of engine down. And you can see that Are You Racing dropped on a second. Alstock is in third position. Well, good start for it. But now we've got Physico in fourth. This is good. It's in for Physico. Now we've got QST. We got Timmy. We got Hogg. We got JJ as well. Dave is up into ninth position. Fantastic stuff for Dave. Steve is dropping down into sixth position. Oh, Timmy is going up the inside there. Timmy is going. Oh my gosh, this is going to be very intense. Timmy is through. There's damage on the Renault. There Physico. He's coming to the pitch. Yellow flag in sector 3. What's going on in 3? Roscoe's also. He's got no wing at all. Roscoe as he's in the pits, and I think we've had a couple of almighty smashes so far. Harry, Physico and Roscoe are all in the pits then. So then we're coming out to complete lap 2 then. Matt has dropped down 8 positions then. Biggest winner in that opening sequence is Dave. He's up 8 positions. Fantastic stuff for Dave. And Physico is actually down 9, so that's a shame then. So let's just take a quick look at the tyres and what they're going on. So we're lap 2 then in this race. And look at the background there. We have got Timmy and Steve there. All over the back of each other. We've also got Dave in the background as well. All over the back of JJ in the battle for 6th position. And he's coming up into the Mercedes grandstand. We're on board with Dave then. Of course, he unfortunately didn't do a lot in qualifying, did he? But in the race, it's the race is a very different story, isn't it? JJ at the moment is in 6th position, doing a good job there. 7th. Oh, and that's a Mercedes well off in the background there. That's PB there taking all the tracks. He's left the session. PB has left the session, and hopefully he'll get back in soon. But that is going to allow Hogg to go through, I think. Oh no! Oh, that's a shame now for PB, isn't it? Because he was doing he was in the points there for PB was fast out the race for Jonathan Cox. So he's now got a second advantage at the moment. Then as Matt is also through as well. So oh, that's a big shame. Though. Dave is all over the back of JJ at the moment. Well, yeah, and then more JJ is now starting to stretch his legs. Wow, and he's also stretching the track limits there as well for JJ in sixth position. Whoa, what's happened? Oh no! We have got oh no, the Haas is spinning around! Oh my gosh, good job Ghostens on there, because Harry would have gone pluming into the side of him there. KCU has spun the car and he is just recovering now in the physical there just behind him as well. Oh, what a shame for the debutant there. Matt is on the inside, Matt is on the outside going into turn. Also Timmy and Steele also battling as well down into the hairpin. Matt is through. Yellow flag in one. What's happening in one? No, I'm not sure what's happening in one. And Timmy and Steve are battling tooth and nail in this incredible start. And Hogg has got... oh, Hogg, well, I thought was alongside him there. He was under a tenth of a second behind Matt, wasn't he? Matt is now up to 8th position then. So he's now trying to get himself back through the field then. And trying to get himself back to where it was. Because he started right up there in third position, didn't he? And in this race then, so at the moment Jonathan Cook's there on a 1.5 seconds in front of RU Racing second. Asdog's in third, he's on the hard tire. Remember Asdog is, he's on the alternative strategy. George, what's the strategy? It's all over the place at the moment. It's fantastic, isn't it? Snap is in 12th position mode, he's 6 seconds behind double. On board Tim, and he is in C6, he's in DR zone. Everyone is in almost everyone's in DR zone of the other person. Edgy Dan is out of the race, unfortunately. He ripped off the front right corner there, I think, of the and look, David, JJ is going battling wheel to wheel there. Now David's got DRS. He is, oh my gosh, and we've got a lovely shot of the rear ring. Now we've got a shot of the over the shoulder. And Dave is through and up into 6th position. Also, Timmy and Steve are battling as well into the hairpin. We've got all sorts of, look, Dave in the background there, and JJ also fired. We've got Young flying one because Roscoe is out of the race. Roscoe is out of the race as into pits as KC. It's KCU then. Oh my gosh! Absolutely, Snap is up into 11th position there at the moment. This is crazy stuff here at the start of the German Grand Prix. This is probably what you expect. Is that Roscoe's 7th position? Roscoe is out of the race then. I think he's gone off in turn 1, I believe. So that's a big blow for Roscoe, isn't it? Oh, what a shame there from the Scotsman. You can see them back on board with Tim at the moment, just keeping on the gaps there out there as it stands. JJ and David yo-yoing. They definitely are. They're on a good old scrap in the background. David's now starting to stretch his legs. And JJ's got to be concerned about Matt behind him now as well, because I think Matt has got the bit between his teeth. Snap is up into 10th position as well. Keeping a battle on this battle here for 4th and 5th position. Double is up to 11th. PB is in the pits for the Mercedes driver. What tires are going to go on? Keep an eye on. He's on the medium tire, as we can see on the left-hand side tower. And now Timmy is gaining again, back on board the Mercedes driver. He is gaining as up there. Oh, and Steve just going on to the inside there. And look at that side by side. And Steve does goes on the outside, and he is still in the same. Look at that. We got a good old scrap here. Dave is still within the RS zone of JJ at the moment, but now JJ's got to be concerned about Matt, because look, here's Matt. Matt's going to go into it. He's going to have a lunge, is he? Oh, I thought that was going to be a break. Oh, and JJ's gone off the track there. He's gone off the track. Matt's going to try and go on the outside. No, not quite. And both these guys on the same compound attack. Now he's got momentum. He's going to have a go. He's going to have a go in the stadium section now. He's going through. And look, the Haas is staying. Oh, no. Oh, they've come to contact. It was the same as in Germany. And Matt has gone into the wall. Has he damaged the car? We'll have a look. We got this a bit of a... This not great angle here from Matt. He is okay. The car is okay, but I'm not sure. I think that might be good, but also at the same time, that's not very good at all. Timmy is in the pits. Has he damaged his front nose? Well, no, I don't think he has. He's in and out the pits, and he's on the medium compact tires. Those soft tires didn't last very long at all, did they? Yellow flag in 3. Matt is in the wall. Matt is in the wall then, and he didn't damage his front wing, but he's now got a problem. And oh no, so Matt then has got a problem, and he is now. Damn it, he has damaged his front wing. No, he hasn't. Is it? No, he hasn't. I'm just talking rubbish. Ignore me. But he is coming in the pits, and those tires must have had it then. Oh dear. So yeah, France two came together as well, didn't they? Of JJ and Matt. Oh, but yeah, to be honest, it's going into the same sector there. It's very narrow around there, isn't it? On board JJ, who's in 7th position at the moment. Hog is up into 6th position. Well done to Hog there. He started 11th on the grid, and he is just serenely making his way through the field. So lovely stuff there. Dave is making his way through the field. He wants driving today, doesn't he? He's up into 5th position. Fantastic stuff. John Foucault's got a 2.6 second lead at the moment. He is in front of RE Racing. Asdog is only 2.6 seconds back. Remember, I think they need to be concerned about Asdog, really, because he's doing some fine pace there. Steve's in the pits as well. These soft tires are not lasting long at all, are they? And also, JJ's in the pits as well. So, he's gone into the ground, but he somehow keeps out of the water. Steve's in the pits then for the Williams Mercedes team. And he is now on the hard tire there, so Steve is going quite long. Harry is now up to 7th position. Double is out, but look at Timmy, he's all over the back of Double there. They're battling down in turn 2. He's on the inside, he is through, he's past Double and up into 8th position. Double, the wide-owned veteran, is not going to be too, is not going to get involved in too many scraps, is he? He's all about his own race, isn't he? And of course, he will come back later on in the race. He is a very strong driver. Remember, he's on the hard compound tire, so Double will be back. Later on in the race, I'm sure of it. So this is not the time he doesn't feel for battling. Very similar to Paul de Resta, because remember, Paul de Resta always chose his battles. Remember back in Singapore, 2012 or 13, where he was choosing his battles, wasn't he? And he finished in a very respectable fourth or 5th position, didn't he? Timmy, great manoeuvre just in front of the Mercedes grandstand there. Wow, showing off there to the Mercedes employees. That fantastic stuff from Timmy. He's up to 7th position. Remember, he has stopped. He is the first man to stop so far. Well, the first man in the train of cars to stop. And in the Mercedes end, we got Harry is in 7th position. Double Dave. Steve is now getting on his teammate in 9th position. So we've got a bit of a queue at the moment. So on board C then is we're going to have team orders here. As Double there getting out of the way. And see Double there doing a very respectable thing there, carrying on there. But remember, as we said, Double is on the long game, isn't he? He is focused on later on the race then, is where he's going to come back and start to really fight, because remember, he's going on the medium compound tire, isn't he? All these guys are now on the hard tires, and will they be going to the end of the race is the question. So I think that it might be, it's all about conserving the tires and saving them for another day, isn't it? Or in this case, in the second half of the race. That's what Double is looking at the moment. On board with us at the moment, you can see Harry just in front of us. He is on that 7-lap old hard tyres. So, whilst he's on the fresh hard tyres, he had a good old battle with Timmy, didn't he, earlier on in the race. Fantastic stuff. The undercut around here is very powerful. So really, you need to pit as early as possible. But you cannot pit too early, can you? Because then you'll run out of tyres towards the end then. So it's kind of a game of cat and mouse. Now it's Fizco going very wide down the background as they come into the stadium section right now, and Steve is all on the back of Harry at the moment. This is the battle for 8th and 9th at the moment. Timmy is 2 seconds up the road. Timmy is catching Snap at the moment. Snap is on the hard tire as well, so Snap is similar strategy to Double at the moment. They're both going on the long game, and Asdog as well. So we'll see how that strategy plays out. As you can see, then coming to complete lap 9, John Foucault's got a 2.7 second lead at the moment. Asdog is now 3.5 seconds back. Dave is 7.7 seconds back as well. Hog is in 5th position. Great driving from Hog at the moment. Absolutely fantastic stuff. From the Racing Point driver, we've got Snap in at 6th. Oh, Harry's gone wide there. Is this going to let this Steve is definitely going to be feeding the momentum now? Looking gaining. I don't think the straight is long enough for Steve, is it? He is too far back, I think. And as you can see then, what the gap, there's a door open there. There is a door open. Physico is at the inside of Double. Double's trying to come back out. There's a lot of drag race. But I think that, this is going to be a drag race as well. Yellow flag at one because KCU, it's out. Oh, that's right in the middle of the track there. That has to be a safety car, surely. No, it's not. So, I don't think that the German organisators believe in safety cars, do they? Bert Mylander is really not here this weekend. This week, and wow, his friend Harry is unfortunately going to go to the back of Harry there. I got a bit startled there. And we've also got a good old battle here for 6th and 7th as well between the Renault. And look, Timmy is going on the inside there. DR is available. He is through and up into 6th position then. Yellow flag in one because look, that car are just disappearing there. And Timmy there has a 3-second penalty there for Steve. The moment in the background is that. Look at this. He's going to go down the inside into turn 2. Great stuff from the lovely shot of the Williams there. That is great camera work, isn't it, from the German director? They're brilliant. And as Steve is now up into 8th position, or is he? Because look at this. Harry's come back out. Very close to contact there. He is back at the inside. Harry is. He will have the inside line into the hairpin. He is now. But look at this. As Harry there just might be thinking better off of there because he braked quite early. But now he's got Fisico in the background there, who is now gaining on him as well in the battle for 9th and 10th as it currently stands there. Ooh, blimey. Well, this has been an action-packed first half of the race, hasn't it? We lost 3 drivers. We've lost Energy Dan, unfortunately, ripped off the front corner. We've lost Roscoe and KCU as well. I think both in the first corner, unfortunately. But Matt was involved in an incident with himself and JJ, and Matt is down in 14th at the moment. PB has also had to come into the pits early, as has JJ as well. So currently the schedule stoppers are at the moment is Timmy is in 5th position, and we've also got Stio in at 8th position as well. Now they're starting to spread out 3-second penalty. Remember, this track is very brutal on penalties, isn't it? So you don't want to take too many penalties, do you? On more physical runnings on the medium tires, whilst Harry is on the hard compound tire at the moment. We've just got Physico there, who is in 10th position at the moment. He is gaining on Harry then, but he is, I think, too far back at the moment in the Renault as it stands then. But this is the closest battle on track, and in 9th and 10th position at the moment. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, now they're very close, aren't they? They're very close indeed. And now they're battling in front of the Mercedes grandstand here, and he's going to go on the outside. But Harry is defending beautifully well. And you can see that. Look at this. Now they're coming into the stadium sector as well. Harry is all over the back of Physico at the moment. No, it's the other way around. I apologise. Now to the Sachs curve now. As you can see that the compounded tires are how long the medium tires going to last for Physico. Of course, the hard tires are going to last a lot longer than the medium tires, obviously. As now they come to the start of lap 12 then in this race already. It's an incredible start to this race. It's been fast and furious, hasn't it? I am absolutely sweating. Marcus! Oh, that's damage sent to Harry. And so Physico, yellow flag in one. What's going on? Oh no, that's JJ off the track as well in the Haas. And oh dear, it's all going off on lap 12, isn't it? He hasn't damaged his car now, but PB is now going to definitely be interested in that as Harry there is now Physico is through and up into. Physico's through up into 9th position there. So Harry has dropped down to 10th at the moment in the Mercedes. But that is damage on Physico's car. What lap was he going to come in? Remember last night he was about when was the laps? When did they come in? It was around about this time, wasn't it? Give or take a lap or two. Harry's gone right off the track there. So you can see that is the understeer. Of course, when you lose an end plate, you're really struggling, aren't you, with turning. Timmy's all over the back of Hogg at the moment. So Adstog is now starting to eat into Are You Racing. Are You Racing is starting to struggle, isn't he, in this stage of the race? And he's dropped back as Timmy is through and up into 5th position. Hogg is down to 6th now. Physico is carrying on, he is staying out, but he is going to be under almighty pressure from the McLaren, isn't he? McLaren is on the harder compound tire at the moment, but that will start to come back to him. But PB is all over the back of JJ as well, the battle for 12 and 13 as this race then as well. So it's all starting to get spread out at the moment then, isn't it? But now this is where the strategy is going to come into play. It's going to be very interesting, isn't it? We've got all sorts of strategy out there, haven't we? We got no one on the there's a PB. It's had a good old lunge on JJ, and look for JJ's come back through again. This is brilliant. Look at them wheel to wheel, and then they're coming down the back straight, and DRS is enabled for PB. 3-second penalty from that. PB is back up, and it's up into 12 position. JJ, we're on board. He's going to have a look then, coming down into the hairpin. Jonathan Cox is in the pits on lap 13. Are You Racing takes the lead. Asdog is also up in the 2nd position. Remember, Asdog is going a lot longer in this race than the medium runners. So Jonathan is in the pits now. Let's just take a look there. So Jonathan is into that. Where's he going to cut? He's out in front of Dave then. So Jonathan's got that is beautifully done for Jonathan. He is looking very strong at this stage of the race, isn't he? Physico is last of the lap and he's in the pits now as well. So Physico's in the pits and he's damaged his front wing, unfortunately, at the back of Harry as they're battling into turn 2 then. So then as we're watching, this is the battle for 12 and 13 for the moment as 5 tenths of a second. Double's got a 3-second penalty as well. Physico is in the pits. Look at them. They're changing the front wing. This is this is almost double the length of stop, isn't it? Instead of like a 3-second stop, it's a 10-second stop. So it's over double, isn't it? Really? So it's so then you can see look how much time ground Physico's lost then in the Renault then. So that is a big blow, is it, for the Renault driver? Is it? He's lost a lot of time there, I think. Of course, also the time he lost as well when he was having issues with that wing as well. So, as it stands then, IRC Racers leading. Asdog is second. Third position is Jonathan Cox. He's made a stop, remember. Dave in fourth position. Timmy is in fifth position. Sixth is Hog. Snap is seventh. Steve is in eighth position. IRC Racers in the pits then. IRC Racers in the pits. Asdog's got a 3-second penalty there for the Alfa Romeo driver. He is taking the lead. He ain't going to come in the pits, and I reckon about lap 20. Very rough guess. That probably might be. I think that might be a bit earlier actually. So ignore me. I don't know nothing about strategy at all. But I would guesstimate because he probably would go on to the medium tyres. The medium tyres has done about 14 laps, isn't it? So he wants them to be as fresh as a daisy, does the Asdog does, so he can mount a challenge as well. As we've got Timmy, who's very close to the back of IRC Racers, isn't he? And you can see he's done 9 laps. Timmy is on the Timmy's done 9 laps on these medium tyres. And look at the gain in speed there. Timmy was on the IRC Race there. As I think Timmy is going to have to come to the pits again, though, isn't he? Because he started on the soft tyres. He has now gone to the medium tyres. He has to come again. Well, he does have to come again. Entered down seventh session. Unfortunately, of course, he was one of the first retirements about 15 laps ago. Unfortunately, and that is a big shame. That's a big shame there. Visit for ended down. Oh, must apologise. I got a bit of I got my man flu back, I think. I don't know. I felt awful at work today, and it's yeah. I'm feeling really rough all of a sudden, but that's all right because these guys are going to keep me going. I'm sure of it because Dave is now under an awful amount of pressure. Then from the racing point here as they coming across the line to complete laps 15. Then look at them fly into turn 1 here. And you can see that DR, so they will just keep it on the. So Hog is in the pits. Hog has had a fantastic race, isn't he, in the second racing point. Both racing points are looking very strong at this stage of the race currently, as we've got a bit of sunshine breaking through now. It's very moody and overcast, wasn't it, earlier on? But that is seemed to have lovely shot of the rear wing then. It seemed, that is a great, and look, there's as he's got Davis now slotted in behind him. Is Dave going to have a look then? No. Oh, David's going to have a look. He is on a dive. He's on a dive. He's on a dive. He's gone wide then. Oh, and Timmy there also involved as well. Wow, Dave came for long way back, another wheel to wheel. Oh my gosh, an incredible stuff. David's unfortunately lost 2 positions there. But wow, Dave was not giving up there, was he? That was a great manoeuvre there, trying to get back on the inside there, and wow, very well controlled there. That was a lunge back on the inside, wasn't it? It was a very controlled lunge, a very controlled dive as well, if I might say so. That was very well done there. I love that. That was really good, Steve, wasn't it? And so IRC Racing there has got the tires, but Timmy there is he's in fourth position at the moment, the Mercedes driver. He's now going to start to drop back slightly. Dave was in the pits then, and now we're just resuming this battle here. Because look, Hog is all over the back of double A's and coming to the Sachs curve then. Double 15 laps on the hard tyres. Hog has just come to the pits and come back out. He's getting held up by Double at the moment. Remember, Double is on his own strategy. He is on a similar strategy to Asdog, isn't he? And Snap. So we'll of course all having similar strategies at the moment. They're all in different phases of the race. Where is Dave going to come out? Dave is out he's out just behind Harry here, so we've also got a couple of interesting battles going on now, haven't we? Here in the German Grand Prix on lap 17 and 34 here in this race. We got all sorts going on here in this German Grand Prix. JJ with a 3-second penalty. Just take a look. Now Hog has got the momentum. He's going on the outside, which will be the inside coming into the hairpin, and he is through and up into 9th position. Dave is also through, and he's gone very wide as well. Yellow flag in 1. Matt is out of the race, and we got also JJ and Physico also battling as well for 12th and 13th position then. As now Physico's on the outside, JJ will be on the inside, and Matt is out of the race then. I think so we just look at this then, as John Cook's at the fastest on the race. I think that is Matt's first retirement of the season. Yellow flag in one. We've had all sorts of crashes in one, haven't we? That seems to be the corner where everyone seems to be going off at the moment. Yeah, that's Matt's first retirement of the season. So his consistency is really paying off, isn't it? This season, he's done a very good job. But unfortunately, that's his first retirement now of the season, and the CEO and staff are also starting to lock horns as well. This battle here for 11, 12, and 13 is really spicing up, isn't it? No, I'm really enjoying this. This is a good old scrap, isn't it? Seems that PB and JJ are just tied together at the moment by a piece of string. It's incredible stuff, isn't it? They resume their battle. We'll come back to anime because Steve's going up the inside of Snap, up the inside, track position, and he is through and up. Yep, he is up in the 5th position. Yellow flag in 1 because Physico is off. Physico is off in turn 1 as well. So we've lost another driver in this race. Wow, and that's a shame there. So we've lost Physico and Matt then out of the race, and it's been it's been a very disappointing. Been a very difficult day, isn't it? JJ is going to go on the inside, isn't he? I know he's on the outside because PB is on the inside as they come down into there. Look, very late break in there. PB has done a cracking job for defending there. Brilliant stuff. But JJ has the momentum, and is he going through? No, not quite there. And now they go through the fast. Whoa! And look at this. JJ has got some momentum there. Charles, you do feel like you need a ledge up there, don't you? Of course, remember, the best of the best have done that as well. Remember Jamie last night. And now then, as you can see, they're coming now up into the stadium session. This is incredible. This is a good old battle. They ain't even in the points at the moment. This is fantastic racing. I'm enjoying this one. This is a good old scrap, isn't it? And this one, like to see, it's all the marbles on the table here, isn't it? There's no points. This is about pride, and it's really good, isn't it? I'm really fantastic racing from both guys out there at the moment. So Knowlesy has just said, of course, the former Super Champion, the defending Super Champion. Knowlesy, of course, was promoted to the Elite League this season. Is taking a sabbatical from racing currently. He's very similar to Mika Hakkinen. Hopefully he'll come back though. He is saying, unlucky Matt, Germany is a crap track. Don't know why they brought it back. To be honest, if it was the old track, I would love it. Charles, that's what I really want on the next game. I'd love to have like classic tracks. They did that for they did that briefly, didn't they, in the 2013 game, I think it was, something like that, where they had the old Jerez race, didn't they? Oh, PB's gone very wide there, very deep, but he's all right because he's accelerated the way now. He's on the throttle, a car length in front of JJ. And I wonder if they just do this for a bit of a show, but they've really enjoyed themselves out there, haven't they? It's a really good battle. Look at there. That was Jonathan Cox and Asdog there on the other side of the track. Physico has left the session. We're down to 12 cars, unfortunately. Bit of different. Physico has had a great qualifying session, a bad race, hasn't he? It's usually the opposite way around. Now then, Asdog's going to come under pressure of Jonathan Cox. Jonathan Cox has got 9-second lead at the moment. Snap is in the pits as well. As he is now good. What tires are going to go on then? So Snap is the first one to blink. Who's the guys that are on the alternative strategy, so to speak. So what Snap got? We're taking Snap is on the medium tires, which is it was quite obvious, really, wasn't it? Anyway, they come through to complete lap 19 for these guys. Whereas Snap is out further up the road, then is JJ is struggling there with those tires now. Are they coming to the end of their life? He's got DRS, but he isn't using it at the moment, JJ. So I wonder if there's a problem with the car. We'll keep an eye on JJ later on, but now we're back. This is the battle for the lead of the German Grand Prix. 14 laps to go. Not anymore. Jonathan Cox takes the lead of the German Grand Prix, and he is not far away now. To be honest, qualifying didn't go well. He was unlucky from the rain, but the race today, I think he has done very, very well indeed, hasn't he, Jonathan? He's controlled this race. Now, as he's in the pits, he's going on the medium compound tire then until the end of the race now. Timmy is also for as well, but Timmy's going to have, I think Timmy wants to come in the pits. Is he going to go into the medium tires? Is he going to try and go into the softs there? And then Asdog out in 4th position. He is on course for some major points today, Asdog is. Remember, Asdog has had a really strong start of the season. He's dipped a bit, but he's been one of the quicker drivers, hasn't he? Constantly near the top. So, Harry's in the pits then. Hogg is up in the 7th position. Hogg is having a fantastic drive out there in the racing point. Really good on you, son. So hopefully, let's see. I think this is... I think this would be Hogg's best finish if it stands at the moment. He hasn't even got any points at the moment, Hogg hasn't, has he? So, come on, Hogg. I hope I'm to jinx you, but he's doing a fantastic drive out at the moment. Harry's coming out of the pits now, but PB is already through, and now this is going to be an interesting battle, isn't it, between Harry and PB. PB is having a dice with everyone at the moment, isn't he? Is he going a double, and double is the only man there not to have a stop. That has to have a stop, I believe. So, and PB is also on some of those hard tires either. Steve's done 40 laps on those hard tires. Is he going to be able to get to the end of the race on that? It's going to be very interesting as well. I'm really, this is it's all up in the air, isn't it? I don't know what anyone's doing, which is nothing surprising really, because yeah, I'm not usually on this planet anyway. But yeah, I was like, oh, Timmy's in the pits, so he has come in the pits. He has rolled the dice. He's on the medium tire again. Then Timmy he's going to be quite quick towards the end of this race. Is he going to get out in front of David? Davis is in 6th position at the moment. Yellow flag at 1. Oh no! Yellow flag at 1 because Steve is off. Steve is off. Where is he? Oh, he's in the pit lane. Steve is out of the German Grand Prix. There he is, and Dave just misses him. Oh no, Steve is out of this. He was having a great race, wasn't he? Oh, what a bitter blow then for the Williams driver then. Oh dear, and you can see Double can see his teammate then as Harry is through and PB is coming in the pits then. Oh, Steve, because wow, that is a big shame for Steve, isn't it? In this race, he was on course to score some major points in this series because Steve, he has quick races, don't he? But he said that is his 4th DNF of the season now, isn't it, for Steve? Oh, what a shame! What a shame indeed then for the Williams driver. Back on board with Snap at the moment. And Snap is currently in 7th position. He is homing in on Hogg in 6th position. Hogg is absolutely driving superbly well at the moment. The gap at the front there at the moment. Jonathan Cox is on medium tyres. Is he on medium tyres? Because I'm sure he started on the medium tyres, Jonathan Cox is. So has he got a pit again? He is on medium tyres, Jonathan Cox is. If I missed something, I probably have, so we'll worry about that in a minute. I think that Jonathan might have to stop again in this race. Maybe on, let's take a quick look, see who the stops. He's only had 1 stop, and I'm sure he started on the medium tyre. As Snap is down all the back of Hogg. Hogg is doing a great job as Snap is now going to go on the inside. He is through and up into 6th position. Nicely done. Oh, and now Hogg there is just trying to hang on the outside. Oh my gosh, and there Hogg there is taking more of a Q angle. He does have DRS, Hogg does now. So he just needs to keep with the slipstream. And he is going to gain on Snap there. Of course, it's a great battle. As Hogg there is going for a great result. This is the best result of his IRC career. He's on the inside. He is through and back up into 6th position. He's not going to let that 6th position go. He's gone wide. And now Snap is going to have the momentum. And he is through and up into 6th position. Good fight from Hogg there. Absolutely, I take my hat off. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Hogg. Snap is having a 6th position. He has another strong race, Snap is, isn't he? Really strong indeed there from the Renault driver there out there. Now then, these two are now back in the same facility as they've been in the whole race. I need to. I'm not sure if Jonathan Cox needs to pit or not again, because he's on the medium tyres. I'm sure he started on the medium tyres. I might go in a bit funny. Well, I've been funny all my life, but yeah, I think that I'm wondering if Jonathan Cox might have to stop again in this race. I'm sure he started on the medium compound tyre. This is going to be up in the air, isn't it? So we got a bit of drama late on in this race, and he needs to stretch that lead if he has to go into the pits again. As a PB then is now in 11th position gaining. So John is 2 stops. He thinks John is 2 stopping. Wow, is this going to happen? This could have the advantage then to Asdog and RU Racing. Timmy's too far back, I think, to be a factor in this race. But Nosy thinks that Jonathan Cox is 2 stopping. So this is going to be very interesting. He's got to throw on a set of soft tires, isn't he? And that's a corner cut, isn't it, from PB? He's trying to get some momentum now with JJ. This is the final battle for the points at the moment. So there is a lot to play for that now. The points gone. It's now all about the points, isn't it? In 10th and 11th position. And there's the Ferrari in the background of Jonathan. Oh, as yeah, this is really turned the race on its head. Then is it for Jonathan? I wonder, is that a pit strategy mistake? Is there a graphic mistake? And I thought that he was going to go at the end. Oh my gosh! And how did he not go to the back of him? Great car control from the Mercedes driver. Fantastic stuff. JJ is still in 10th position then at the moment. Still in 11th is PB. We'll keep it on that battle at the front then. And the pit lane is quite short around here. So yeah, he could be as Harry is now all over the back of Double. And this is the battle for 9th and 10th position. Double is in the pits and he has done a lot of laps on those hard tyres. I wonder if is he going to throw on the set of soft tyres? That's going to be interesting, isn't it? And we're keeping an eye on double as well. Stabber's got a 3-second penalty. And to be honest, they've been very well behaved out here tonight, haven't they? Not many penalties have flashed up down the bottom. Oh, I can't remember seeing it. Oh, JD's got a bit wide there, and that's going to double is on the soft tire, so he's got 9 laps to go now. Where's Jonathan? There he is in the background there. So that's a PB there is now. Oh, that is a corner courtesy from PB. And really, he's not interested in track limits at all. There's double that's just come out in front of him. He's on the soft combat tires as well. So he's got 9 laps to do. He's got 9 qualified laps. He's going to be able to. He's lost about 16 seconds there. So Asdog John Cox is going to be very close together. PB is through and up into 10th position then, and he is on course to get some very valuable points there for the Mercedes team then. It's John Cox there is still homing in at the moment, isn't he? Just take a look at the PB, of course. He hasn't got any points either so far at the moment. So yeah, we've got 2 men that is on course to score their first points of the season. Look, there's Double just in the foreground as well at the moment then. I know, just watching the leader, Jonathan Cox, just taking a quick look at the gap there. And now Asdog is within range, I think, of being out in front of Jonathan. Jonathan would have the soft compound tyre, but he's got a bit of overtaking to do, hasn't he? This track is not difficult to overtake on. Well, down the back straight anyway, but yeah, he's going to be hard up in the corners here. I'm a little flabbergasted, really. I thought they would have, and KCU has left the session, unfortunately. Jonathan is in the pits then for the Ferrari then, so here he comes then. He's in the pits right now. Let's see where's it going to come out. IRC Racing is in second position. He's going to take the lead. IRC Racing. So Jonathan is in the pits then. He's on the soft compound tyre then. As Knowlesy predicted absolutely perfectly. He's in and out. And now, where's he going to come out? He is there. He is. Where's Asdog? Asdog's also through. So Asdog's also set a fast line race. Jonathan Cox also going for fast line. Asdog shoots through and up into. Oh, Jonathan going very wide down to the white line there. So so Jonathan's now going very quick as he's only 5 seconds away. We haven't got long to go in this race. Then this has really shook things up, hasn't it? Wow. So I'm not sure if it's a strategy error or not from Jonathan, but he saw it on the media and I thought we went straight to the hard tyre, but that's maybe he feels this is the quicker strategy. Well, we're going to find out now. He is we've got to find out his overtaking prowess, haven't we, from Jonathan? We're on board with him now then. The man who was second on the grid then, who's had a commanding lead for most of this race, but yeah, he's had 2 stops in this race. He's not a million miles away from IRC Racing. IRC Racing has done 12 laps on the hard tyres, and I hope you've all got your popcorn ready, because this is going to be very, very interesting indeed, isn't it, as we come into the final stage of the race then. Let's take a quick stock of the race order. IRC Racing is leading by 4.2 seconds, but he's got 2 charging men that's coming up behind him quite quickly, of Asdog in a second position, 4.2 seconds back. Jonathan Cox all over the back of Asdog in the battle for second at the moment between the Alfa Romeo. And look at him, he's trying to overtake already. He is very, very quick on these soft combat tyres. Asdog there, it's, oh my gosh, and there is contact. Maybe Jonathan is he needs to wait till the start, and he's got a 3-second penalty as well. He might just need to wait for the and look, and he's down slow. You see up the inside there. He is desperate to get through. Jonathan is. Asdog is back through, and I think and Asdog's no, I thought Asdog was going to get the DRS there. Now Jonathan can. Now this should be a clear. Now he's got the momentum. He should be able to get through Asdog. But yeah, it's getting a bit violent there, isn't it? Now he's up the inside. He's through and up into and DNF. And we got a bit of contact there between Asdog, and there's damage on the front wing. There's damage on the front wing now for the Alfa Romeo, and this is and now Asdog is dropped down into third position there. So yeah, that was getting a bit feisty there. Wasn't this straightforward? Was it for Jonathan? He would have liked. We have got not long to go in this race then, but as he was getting very feisty there, I feel that. But now he's up into second position then. With 4 seconds it's already coming down. He's on the free already. Asdog has got damage on his car. Is he going to be able to come in and back out then? Let's take a look at the... Ooh, it's going to be very close, isn't it? I think it might be very close there. Is Asdog going to come in the pits? No, he's staying out. So this is going to be a very close run thing then for Asdog and Timmy. This is the battle for the final podium there. Jonathan Cox there is now stretching his wings there and is now starting to catch on IRC Racing with 5 laps to go. We have got a sprint to the finish now. We have got 14 lap old tyres for IRC Racing. We got 2 lap tyres there for the soft Jonathan Cox there. He wasn't messing around, was he? He was trying to get through Asdog as quickly as possible, and because he feels that there is a lot of pressure, is there now? Who is going to buckle under the pressure then in this final stage of the race? I'm talking the pressure. These two are still battling on it. they? And we're keeping on them two later on the race. There they are. Look at the background. We've got two charger men. Well, unfortunately, we've only got one now. His Aston is down his front wing on the side of the Ferrari. 5 laps to go then. This is going to be a grandstand finish here in Hockenheim, isn't it? Are You Racing then could be, I think he's going for his first ever victory. He's had 5 pole positions, hasn't he, so far? Very consistent as well. Are You Racing has only had 1 DNF in his IRC career, and of course he took his first ever pole position today as well. Can he convert it into a win? Well, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be very, very tricky indeed, isn't it, if he does so. So, Jonathan, I think Jonathan's one of the only ones of the front winners to actually make a 2-stop, isn't it? Apart from Timmy as well, but he's the only one that's made it work so far. And, lap 30. Look at this, these laps are going to be so slow, and they're so slow for Are You Racing. We're keeping on that battle because we're now rejoining the battle for Snap in Dave in 5th and 6th position. Dave has done 12 laps on the hard tyres and medium tyres for Snap. It's been great, hasn't it? The Australians all over the place. As we've had all sorts going on in this incredible race. And JJ is all over the back. He's pushing PB through. Is he going to have a lunge? No, not quite. That is a battle for this is the final point they're battling for at the moment. As they've been battling all through the race, haven't they? Really, it's been a 30 lap all out battle, a no holds barred battle between these two in the battle for the final point here in Germany. As PB is aiming for his first point of his career, and he's slowed it down just about enough. Snap is now in front of Dave. He is in front of Dave. Is Dave going to come back home? He is coming back home. He is back up in the 5th position. He's got wide. It's not going to go for the undercut for the cutback. He has gone for the cutback. It's a drag race. It's a drag race. Look in the background, there's Hogg and look, Snap, wow, and they're almost side by side then, and now Dave is trying to take the race line. Snap is not giving him an inch, is he? There's no give or take, and look at it, and Snap there getting his elbow out there and knocking Dave out of the way, and Snap is now up into 5th position there. Dave has dropped down to 6th at the moment then, I thought Dave was going to the back of him then as well, so Snap on a cracker drive then. As we're entering the final stage of this race, and Jonathan is almost in DRS zone at the moment of this race. And I hope you're all on the edge of your seat. I certainly am. Yellow flag. Timmy is out. Timmy is out of the race. Oh no, that's a big blow. Let's on board. And it's right in the middle of the track there. And I'm glad Ghost is on, isn't it? And then Dave has gone on the inside, and he's down his front wing. And Dave has gone on the inside. He's down his front wing. And All goes back up to 6th position. Jonathan Cox is in DRS zone as well. David's got DRS zone as well. Got yellow flag. And David's now back up into 4th position. This is the battle for 4th and 5th at the moment. Hogg is in the background. If anything goes on toward there, David's back up into 4th. And wow. I don't know who to keep my eye on, because Jonathan is now within DRS zone. We're on lap 32. Are You Racing? It's not far away. Jonathan Cox is not far away from Jonathan Cox going for his 4th race win in IRC. Are You Racing is going for his first win in IRC. Whoa, this is going to get very, very tense as well. Has Are You Racing got anything to defend himself on? We'll find out now. He's gonna have to turn out the wicket. Look, he's got lovers. JJ and PB as also battling as well. They're just in front of these guys. I think Jonathan Cox would like to get in front of Are You Racing before before they catch him, really, because Jonathan is down in his front wing. He lost there was a bit of the wash on the front wing there, and it caused him to have issues. And now PB is off the front. Are You Racing is defending there, and Jonathan's gone on the outside. This is a battle, and Jonathan is through and up into 1st position. Then he's down his front wing now. Is Are You Racing going to be able to keep over him, because he has done 17 laps on these hard compound tires? And look, Are You Racing? I thought he was going to have a lunge into the Sachs curve then. Wow. And as Snap and Dave are fighting again down into the hairpin. Jonathan Cox leads the German Grand Prix. We'll keep it on that. We'll keep it on this battle here. Hogg is gaining on these guys as they're battling tooth and nail at the moment. As Dave Bear is now going on the outside to the Mercedes, in front of the Mercedes grandstand. Are You Racing got a 3-second penalty. That might be the finishing blow there for Are You Racing, or will it? Well, he's definitely gaining, isn't he? Or Jonathan Cox said. He got three. This is we're on lap 33 on 34. John IRC Racing's gaining again, then gaining, and he is now through on the inside. Lovely shot, but we don't want to see that. Look, we got the two cars to the front, and we've now got Jonathan Cox, and he's back down in second. Oh, it's IRC Racing that is in front once again. Then, whew. So we have a breather. So we're on the second to last lap of this absolutely enthralling German Grand Prix. Then this has been outstanding stuff. Snaff is now a second in front. Then JJ and PB are still battling. PB is back into my finish. Whatever happens now, PB will get a point. So congratulations to PB. Brilliant driving there. So I'm not sure about the penalties. I don't think Jonathan's got any penalties at all. So I think at the moment, as it stands, Jonathan should. Well, he's looking at these. He's dropping quite far back. This is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? In the final stage of this race, then, and he's down his car, and he, I think, you'd see he just drove to the back of IRC Racing. He struggled to slow the car down, didn't he? As now he's a second back, as the IRC Racing is going to have the right lap of his life, isn't he? This is going to be a qualifying lap, isn't it? Look at the gap he's gained already. Jonathan Cox there. Look at the understeered one. This is going to be very, very tense as well until the final stage of this German Grand Prix. Then lap 34 out of 34. The gap has to come up to 3 seconds, I think, as far as I'm aware, unless I've missed something, which I probably have. Because I don't think Jonathan Cox has got a penalty at the moment, so Jonathan Cox is going to have to give it his all. Is he in the this final lap? This IRC Racing is not far away from winning his first ever Grand Prix. Then, but you can see that he's 2 seconds away from winning his first ever Grand Prix. And he accelerates out of the hairpin now. It's up to, he needs 1.1 seconds, and in the final sector then of this race, those tyres are going to be absolutely past their best now. They will not probably pass an MOT test. He is now into the stadium sector then. This is going to be, I think that Jonathan Cox might have it. He should be fine. Look in the foreground there is JJ. And now IRC Racing then going into the Sykes curve then. Now as we're approaching the final stages of this German Grand Prix, we have not got far to go now. This is the last corner. IRC Racing comes through to win the German Grand Prix on track. But does he? We'll find out now. Jonathan Cox is second. IRC Racing wins the German Grand Prix. What an end to that German Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff. IRC Racing wins his first ever Grand Prix. Jonathan is second. Third position is Asdog. Staff is in fourth position. He's half a minute behind. Oh my gosh. That was absolutely entertaining then, wasn't it? So yeah, that was a good old battle there. I'm wondering why Jonathan went on to the two stopper. Really, that was a I thought that the one stopper would have been more than ideal. Snap finishing fourth. England's best performance of the season. Congratulations to Snap. Dave in fifth position in the end. Hogg, a brilliant drive for Hogg. He gets his first points, and that is fantastic for Hogg. Harry in seventh position then for the McLaren. Eighth position is double then on those soft tyres. I think those soft tyres are well past their best then. Jonathan did say that was his plan for a two-stop there. So so Jonathan there did execute the two-stop error. It almost worked. He was only 2.2 seconds away there. Coming into the final corner, Double is struggling there. But what is PB going to do? Double comes through to finish in 8th position. PB gets 8th position. Great drive from PB. And JJ comes through to finish 10th position. IRC Racing, his first win of his career in IRC. Oh my gosh! So Jonathan says congratulations to IRC Racing. Oh my gosh! As amazing stuff there. As we've just had one game count out. Renzo, no! As yeah, Jonathan Cox stuff with second position. Yeah, but so then that is it. IRC Racing, his first win of IRC. An incredible. That is the closest ratio ever see. Oh my gosh. So that is an incredible that was an incredible race out there, wasn't it? So we're just gonna have a look at the final classification then from the German Grand Prix. And look at that. So just a big shout out to Hogg. Incredible driving from Hogg and PB. Kept it clean and not gave themselves, so they gave PB an 8th position there. So big on to them, guys. Well done. IRC Racing won from pole position to checker flag there, but it was anything but, wasn't it? Jonathan Cox is second. Asdod, great drive from 7th to 3rd there. Snap from 14th to 4th. Brilliant drive from Snap. Driver of the day, surely. Or is it? Because Dave from 15th to 5th. An incredible drive from Dave as well. Oh, this is going to be very difficult indeed. Hog is 6th. Harry 7th. PB 8th. Double 9. JJ in 10th position as the rest all retired then. Oh, wow, that's a fantastic race, isn't it? Now we're just winding down to what has been an absolutely epic German Grand Prix. Wow, we've had 2 great German Grand Prix. That last 5 laps was just absolutely outstanding stuff, wasn't it? Yesterday was an absolutely epic race, and today the Super guys really followed up with an absolute super race, didn't they? Next time out, we are on round 13, and we were in Hungary for the very technical Hungaroring. So I'm really looking forward to that. Of course, it's a bit of a dust bowl, isn't it? It's a very technical, twisty track, the Hungaroring. Been on the calendar since 1986. Really good battle in there, isn't there? In Hungary. I'm looking forward to that result. Very technical circuit. How good is your setups there? That is going to be the question for both the Elite and the Super. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's been fantastic. I'm going to go and get a big bottle of water because I think my throat is done. I'm glad you've all joined us for tonight's race. Great to see all the comments in this section there. Brilliant stuff. And yeah, join us in a week's time where on Wednesday we'll be in the Elite League. Then on Thursday we'll also be in the Super League for the Hungaro Grand Prix in Hungary. But for now, it's goodbye.